Hello, my little weirdos. Ah, my gosh. I know I look a little better. I sound a little funny still, but wow, it's the first day I'm feeling like a live person. Oh my gosh, it was a rough fucking week for me between Christmas and New Year's, man. Yeah, if you don't know, I got sick the day after Christmas. Well, I was getting sick apparently, but that it was a sinus infection, and it whacked me the day after Christmas, big time. Um, yeah, and I didn't get on to that was Thursday, and I wasn't able to get my antibiotics till Monday because the holiday, and then the weekend, and an idiotic pharmacy that I need to switch because I should have had them Friday, but they effed up and I didn't get them till Monday. That and my pain meds I was out of for 5 days. My doctor was pissed. He was mad. Uh, and I just wanted to address, I did a few things. My ears are still kind of popping, so I just wanted to address the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, the two things. One in Queens, New York, outside New York City, and the other was in New Orleans, and that was the guy that drove through the crowd, injured like 30 or so, or I think killed 10. I don't know how many, at least 10 in the other one killed. I know that was a shooting, I believe, or an explosion. I, my my heart to all of those that are perished or injured, and your families. I do know what it's like to lose a person in your immediate family. My son, one of my sons. So I am so sorry. To the rest of America, and especially to you red voters, to you Maga, wake the fuck up, man. Not all of you MAGA voters are racist, bigoted assholes. Some of you just downright effed up, man, and believed them when they were lying to you, and believed them that we were lying and saying they were lying. You effed up royally. Even if you weren't like full on MAGA and you voted for them, you need to acknowledge that you fucked up. You need to acknowledge that, number one. And once you can acknowledge that you were gullible and maybe you can't detect deception all the time, then maybe you'll be a little more willing to give us a little bit of maybe they are telling the truth in the future. Okay? I'm not saying believe everything, but approach what your side says with as much caution as you approach what Democrats say. Because you don't. You just think they're going to tell you the truth. I and most Democrats will tell you, yeah, there's some asshole Democrats and there's some real PRICKs and selfish, corrupt, immoral Democrats in power too. But see, most Democrats, we can acknowledge that and say it. Like my Jersey guy. Not my guy, but He was from Jersey. You know who I'm talking about. The white hair. You know who I'm talking. Yeah. And New York knows a mayor that we're talking about. Democrats can acknowledge that. We can say, yeah, no, yeah, Pelosi is a good politician. She's been there for decades, but she's on the wrong road with the inside trading shit. Okay, that's she's gotten her wealth from that, and she's passed on insider trading shit to aides and things that she liked. And that's not acceptable to me. In fact, anybody that's in a government position while they're in position in the government, state or federal, need to be barred from trading, holding, just because they get the information of things happening the next day or something, a bill coming out, whatever, and it's not fair, and it's wrong, and it's easy to do. Even if you didn't go looking for the information, if you just accidentally heard it, I understand it's hard, especially at the beginning when you don't have a savings account. I get it's very tempting, but the thing is, you don't just do it with that you accidentally got that information, you used it, and it was true. You know what? If that's all you left it at, and then you did it fairly and didn't look for information or give to others, that's not cool. But see, Democrats can sit there and tell you, most of us can say, no, they're good, except this one area I don't think they were proper in doing. Okay? Republicans can't do that. They can't acknowledge any flaw in any of their people. They hide and cover it up all the time. All the time. It's just now coming out from Marge's big mouth because she was felt jilted after the election. But speaking about how all of you guys and the slush fund you even have to pay off these people that you harass and all this shit. I mean, she might be a big mouth and tells a lot of bullshit, but on that I think she's telling the truth because, remember Cawthorn? Yeah. Remember that guy? He threatened to tell everybody, the young guy in the wheelchair, right? Matt Gates' buddy. The one who brought guns into the you know what I'm saying, Capitol and stuff, and constantly was being, caught. Same thing. They'll tell you the person didn't do it. They'll say it's all fake news. They never address the immoral and the illegal shit that their own people get caught doing. When it's caught, they still try to double talk and project and redirect you to something else. Whereas Democrats, as I said, most of us will acknowledge when one of our candidates, when they did a fucked up thing. We all can say, most of us will admit that I was not happy that we weren't given a choice about Biden, especially since he started, when he first ran the first time, that he was just stepping in to get us back out of the mess that tyrannical tangerine toddler got us into. until Republicans can start, because Democrats aren't all perfect. Yeah, we have some skanky Democrats, because you see, people flip. Look at cinema. Look at these other people. They run in one party and then switch to the other. They're real hard. But they couldn't get elected, or they, running against their own. So they ran, as their own party. So they had to run a different party. That's bullshit. And they seem to do it a lot more than the Democrats have. That's all bullshit play, because you run as one party and then you vote like the other party, and then after a year or so you turn to become the other party. It wasn't accidental, and it was from the start, because things don't change that much, that you have to completely do the exact opposite. Not in that length of time. It was all meant to be. You just couldn't get elected, because as a Republican, you didn't want to take the place of a Republican. You wanted to take the place of a Democrat, so you had to run in something that Democrats had the seat. That's my point. They're sneaky all the time, and they never fess up to it. Even when it's in court and it's all over the pages saying XYZ happened, they'll go, no, that's fake news. It's all fake news. ABC happened, not XYZ. And meanwhile, you see the pictures, like pictures and video of XYZ, and they're going, no, you misunderstood. It's ABC. Like, the same thing that Donnie does works for everybody else. It doesn't. For some weird reason, the tangerine toddler can look you right in the eye and you know he's lying, and half the people believe him. Even after they know he's lied before. Looking you in the face the same way he's doing now. And he's lied straight up to everybody in the camera, and you know that, and you still believe him. And he did it again, and you believed him, and he did it. When does it get to the point that it's not, people make mistakes? He's learned, and he's just fucking with you. Come on, guys. It's been 8 years. Do you see any health plan? Just as an example? Oh, that's right. In 2 weeks. Love it, 2 weeks. So, y'all, you really need, especially the ones who, like I said, haven't been diehard Maga, because it was just you voted for him this time. You really need to whip your boat around there and get back to some sanity that you used to have before you jumped the toddler train there, because you've already been part of the people screwing this up. At least try to be part of the people that are trying to fix it a little bit. Help the others understand how gullible you guys were, okay? And let me tell you something. It's embarrassing, I'm sure. But it's a lot more embarrassing to continue for 4 more years. Then you look completely stupid. It's not just a mistake at that point. Okay? So you better get your shit and turn it around now, or you're going to wind up a literal cult member. And you'll never see what's right in front of your face. While it's eating you, while the leopard is eating you, you won't even recognize the leopard. It'll just look like your happy orange cheeses. And that's not being said in a mean way. I'm trying to save your asses, okay, this time. Because I'm going to tell you, you're going to regret standing by these people. And just because you don't want to look stupid by admitting that you made a mistake. And these people are crazy, man. They ain't even in power yet, and they're freaking nuts. I need you guys to recognize that. I need you fresh, new members of the Red Party before you become cultized. Seriously. Listen, when my parents, you go, no, you don't know what, it's not a cult. I've been in a cult for 10 years, from the time I was 7 to the time I left home at 17 because I couldn't handle it anymore. Okay? I do know what a cult is like. I do know what a cult mixed with religion is like. Okay? My parents split up. I was 7. My sister was 9, my brother was 10. My mom was vulnerable. Back then, a single mom was like, that was not everywhere, okay? And the Jehovah's Witnesses got a hold of her. And that was a living hell. And whoever is a Jehovah's Witness, you want to say, oh, it's not, I don't care what you say. I've been in both places. It's a cult. It's a religious cult. Just like Science. I mean, it's not the same beliefs as Scientology, but it has the same covering for sexual wrongs with minors, with the whole thing. They have their own little, just like Scientology does. So I do know what it's like. And the things that the toddler and Maga have said since 2015, and especially the last few years, are absolutely the crap I heard every day, every week, every month. The same type of rhetoric, the same type of, there's only us to, isolating you from the rest of not only family but the world. That's what they call everybody not in their thing, the world. And I know Scientology has their phraseologies, just like the Mormon, the whole thing where they have to sneak out because those plural marriages are just, a cult kind of thing, plural marriages, and they gotta escape. I mean, it's pathetic. It's almost the way, like Scientologists and Jehovah's Witnesses, have to leave. You're completely shunned and banned, and whatever words they use, they're the same ideas. All of them. Maga, Scientology, Jehovah's Witnesses, they all run in the same strategy, same wordage, repetitive, the subliminal, the whole thing. It's sick. And so, yeah, I'm not necessarily an expert I kind of am. You spend 10 years of your growing years, no freaking holidays, no celebrations, no joy, nothing, but serving God or doing good, and yet they allow not only adults to be assaulted in their groups, but children. Yes, it happened in Jehovah's Witnesses. some of the things, and then some of the things they rake you over the coals that were said to have happened that never happened, and the things, the meetings they drag you through with all these adult old men looking at you and making you tell them what happened, and asking you all these sexual, and there's nobody but you and them in the room. You don't think that's a little sick? You think that's spiritually acceptable? But they make it sound that way. Oh, we're guarding your purity. They're trying to imagine nasty shit with a minor, and they want the girl there. And yes, it happened to boys too. Even when nothing happened. They're sick. They're sick. And so yes, I do know the feel and the vibe and the signs of occults. And Maga is absolutely a cult with religious overtones. Absolutely. Do not get things confused and mixed up and around. Don't get this mixed up. They are not the chaste and God worthy that they claim to be. Peace out.